And that's really funny too, because on the relationship aspect, I did the opposite.
Yeah.
I was not focusing on relationships at all.
Yeah.
For the same advice that you actually just gave. My parents were telling me that all the time. Focus on your other stuff. Don't let these girls distract you. There's other things you need to prioritize, X, Y, Z. And the biggest lie they told me to this day, I feel so betrayed. There's actually two really...
So betrayed?
Yeah, no, you don't understand. There's two huge lies that I feel like my family told me. I'm not going to talk about the second one right now, but the first one, the absolute betrayal, the fibbery that came out of this.
Oh my gosh.
And maybe it's because they grew up in a different time or they didn't have the perspective. I'm the first one in my family that went to college, single anyways. And they were like, there's going to be beautiful, decent, career women after you graduate. So you don't have to worry about women in college. They're going to be waiting for you. Man, and I bought into that because it made so much sense. You see it in the media, all these corporate people getting together and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, actually older women do make more sense. None of the girls that I saw as my peers look like people worth being in relationships with. That's not necessarily true, but for a lack of just like majority, like people weren't necessarily relationship focused.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I will focus on relationships after I get my job together, after I start making more money. I can afford a girlfriend is what I always used to say. And lo and behold,
you graduated.
I graduated. I got into, again, one of the biggest companies in the world, the easiest access to people.
Yeah.
I was ready to meet my wife. All my wives were in relationships, fam.
They were wifed up.
They were
in
wifed
college.
up in college. That's the thing that killed me. That's the thing that I died a little bit inside because I was refusing all these really decent women talking about like, nah, I'm gonna get my wife when I start working. No. Wifeable women are wifed up immediately by very opportunistic, slightly intelligent men. If you're worth dating, you will be dated.
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson to all you single people out there.
Shut the fuck up. You're so rude. You're so rude.
If you're still single after college, are you worth dating?
Are you worth dating? Ask yourself that.
Ask yourself that.
Question
That's
of
a
the
question.
week.
Yeah, question of the week. Are you good? Are you good? Yeah, think about that. Yeah, everyone worth dating, like the real worth dating people,
totally
were completely wifed up in college.
Yeah.
And in my arrogance, I was like, that's not going to last. Because I didn't think relationships from college lasted. So, I kept these people in the back burner. I was like, these are the person I would date when I get a job. This is the person I would date when I get a job. I'm going to keep these things relevant. They all got freaking boyfriends. And
you are the person that boyfriends are like scared of.
Yeah, 100%.
The guy who's on the sideline waiting for his
I wasn't on the side like that.
Oh, okay,
I was just like, I was like, all right, man, I can't wait for this girl to break. I'm going to swoop in. I wasn't like that. I was like, I should have been like that. But I was the guy that boyfriends were scared of, but they had no reason to be.
Gotcha.
And I should have been exactly what they were terrified of. I really should have, because I was not opportunistic in any capacity. I was just comfortable and chilling. And I was like, I know all these girls. One of them will be relevant sometime. And I'm just going to focus on me, what I'm focusing on. And it's cool.
Right.
And again, all my wives were wifed up. And you hear it every single time and time again. How'd you meet your boyfriend? Oh, we've been dating for the last 3 years. I met him in college. And that was so common to me that I had to take a step back and think. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense in retrospect. Because why would you wait to find a wifeable girl 3 years later when you have every access to social experiences, the one most connective environment on the planet with all this access to like-minded people.
Right.
And then that doesn't happen in the real world. You don't have that connectivity. You don't have that access. Why would you wait when it's like 1,000 times harder to find a girl that's sure, like maybe she's a little rough around the edges. Maybe you guys have to work on a few things, learn how to communicate, learn how to be like a really good wife, boyfriend, whatever. Why would you wait to do that?
Yeah.
they're not waiting for you. And even if girls are waiting for you, the competition between men for the high quality women that have a bunch of men after them, that's what I didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
Women that I think are worth wanting are the cream of the crop. Everyone's going to be after them.
Totally.
And one of them, even if they're not as good as me, whatever, that's besides the point. I could be the best man in the entire world. If I'm not going after a girl that 15 other dudes are going after, the one that's trying the hardest is going to get the girl.
Yeah.
And that's the one she's going to marry.
Right.
And they got fucking married. I'm talking about someone very specific.
I was going to say, are you talking about someone specifically?
They got married, bro.
Oh
they
my
got
God.
married. I was like,
damn.
I was lied to. Because if someone told me that before,
yeah,
like it's really hard to find relationships after college. You should focus on, like, don't prioritize it, but like if you see a girl that's worth being with, be with her. If someone told me that, I would have probably had a really good girlfriend right now.
Wow.
And I was like,
imagine.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of really decent women in college that I was like,
that you're just like, it's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You need to grow a little. 21-year-old. You did.
You totally, 100%.
But like, I should have been right there.
Yeah.
She should have been my girlfriend. And then you could have grown. And then by the time you were worth being with at 24, I already invested 3 years. And you can't get rid of me after that. I'm a catch. Are you kidding me? Like, come on.
I do.
Wasted opportunity.
But it is funny that advice is like the opposite. Like as a girl going into college, don't focus on romantic relationships so much.
And as a guy going into college,
Find your wife.
Find your wife.
Girls
find your
don't
wife, bro.
find some fun, girls.
I feel like, and that's really interesting, right?
Yeah.
That's really true because both of those
are true
for each of us.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they don't align in any way because it is 100% better for a girl to grow and experience and live her life not attached when she's younger. Within reason, right?
Right.
Some of y'all be doing some crazy ass shit.
Doing
maybe if
too
you had a
much.
boyfriend, you would save yourself from a lot of bullshit.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, I hear
your
you.
friends do not necessarily have your best interests at heart, and then
Yeah.
you put you in some crazy ass situations.
You definitely don't need to be acquainting yourself with the entire K-Sig fraternity.
Why are you being run through by half the football team?
It's like you don't need to go that far.
That gives you nothing.
I agree.
But maybe STDs.
Right.
And a lot of trauma.
100%.
Jesus
100%.
Christ. But to live life unattached and explore and embody that freedom of femininity that everyone talks about as a young person, as a young lady, I think is really important.
Yeah.
Because men are just being attached to men. I think you can attest to this. You start to shift who you are to cater to what they are, right?
100%.
So as an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old trying to explore who you are, you don't even know who you are, to be connected to a person and then shift your personality to match theirs before you even understand who you are as a person is more damaging than not.
100%.
But if you're doing that in a safe and edifying way, I like 100% encourage that. Leave these boys alone.
Totally.
First of all,
right.
Become the woman that you're meant to be.
Right.
And then deal with the men. But again, it's 1,000 times harder for men to have access to romantic iterations with women. One, when that's actually it wasn't hard for me. I'm a bad example. Not important. For the average man, it's really hard, even in the most connective environment on the planet. It's going to be 1,000 times harder when most of the decent girls are taken and you have just less access to women in general than you did in college. It's exponentially harder. So it benefits you more to, one, not necessarily focus on it, but become a person worth dating as quickly as possible and hyper scope these women out.
Really?
Find the most.
He's like, I cannot express this enough.
Diamond in the rough, that shit. See the fixer upper. See the people who can grow into potential. If they have like 1, 2 really red flag things that they need to work on, like, oh, they just need to learn how to communicate more. Wife those girls up. Work with them when they're young.
At that age too, like there's going to be a lot of quote unquote. There's probably, I should say, there's going to be a lot of quote unquote, like maybe red flags.
People.
Yeah, exactly. Like that you're going to be dating. Like you'll be able to find all sorts of excuses. Like at that age, like in college, you are getting into a relationship to truly grow together in a very like like intense way,
Yeah.
because you're going to grow so much, you know?
And find someone to grow with, man, as quickly as possible. That's my advice.
Yeah.
For the people, because if one thing I would have done differently, I would have focused on that way more.
Yeah.
Because there was too many decent women, and not even like in my circle of purview.
Totally.
Like they were cool, they weren't cool. It is what it is. But I knew so many other girls. There's so many girls there.
Yeah.
I could have found a wife very easily. I didn't talk to a lot of decent women in my in my classes because, like, you know, I have my friends. I'll leave you all alone.
Totally.
I might not have done that. I might have been like more interested, like, see what this psych. What are you studying psych for? Like, let's talk. Let's hang out. Get to know each other. Like, I would have been a lot more proactive about it.
Wow.